Hey girlfriends, how are you doing today? My name is Kim Watt. For some of you that might be watching this video for the first time, I'm a speaker, I'm a life coach, and my heart is to help women. Women find their purpose, women to start helping to love themselves, helping women to live their best life now while having a thriving marriage, while bringing sexy back to your marriage, and having healthy relationships with your kids. I know what it's like to struggle. I know what it's like to be depressed. I know what it's like to have to wanting to take your own life at one point in my life. I know what it's like to struggle in your marriage. I know what it's like when everyone on the outside is looking at you and they think that you have it all together. You have these wonderful kids. You have a husband who loves you, but at the same time, you're miserable. You're miserable and you can't stand yourself. And honestly, even though it looks like your marriage has got it going on, it's really falling apart. And you don't even like each other and you can't even stand them. So I know what that's like. I know those feelings, but I also know what it's like to love who you are. I know what it's like to fight through those feelings and come out of it having an amazing, thriving relationship with your husband and your kids. Not perfect, but a healthy and thriving marriage. It takes work, it takes commitment, and it takes changing you first. Listen, my husband was a mess too. We started off in our marriage. We both had lots of baggage, tons of baggage that we brought into our marriage. But if I continued to keep focusing on him and pointing my finger at him, I can tell you this right now, we wouldn't be married, or that we'd still be miserable, and our kids wouldn't be who they are today. And so I want to show you something. I want to show you this picture I just found last week as I've been organizing and getting my office cleaned up and getting myself organized, because that's one of my weaknesses is organization. So anyways, I'm working on getting myself organized, and I want to show you something. Now, don't laugh, because I laughed and I cried when I saw this picture. This is a picture of me and my husband, okay, at our 1 year wedding anniversary. Look what I'm doing, okay? First of all, who does that? Who does that on their first year wedding, especially on their wedding anniversary? We were in Niagara Falls celebrating, just the two of us. And that's what I do in my picture. I look horrible. What's up with my hair? The outfit, look at my skirt's halfway hanging out. My belly's sticking out. The outfit's horrible. We're young. I know we're young. My husband looks great, but let me tell you something. He has his own issues, but I'm not going to talk about his issues because I just can only talk about my issues first, right? It didn't take changing me. I was going through a horrible time at that time in my life. And a few months after that picture was taken, I almost took my life. Okay. So it was a very dark time in my life. I hated who I was. I was angry. I was mad. I didn't make some of the great choices. I experienced my own trauma in my life. But again, I was not helping myself as well. And here is our picture of us 1 year after being married with no kids, no financial problems really, and yet I was miserable. And so, friends, I want to take you on, if you were struggling, and maybe we're not as a hot mess as like I was, to helping you love yourself again, have the relationship with your husband that you've always wanted. Or maybe you are not married right now, but you want to get yourself right and love yourself. So when that time does come, you have an amazing relationship with your spouse and also with your kids. I know the changing point for me was when I had kids, and I wanted the best for them. But in order for the best for them, we have to be the best the best versions of ourselves. Our kids need it. Our husband needs it. The world needs it, but most importantly, you need it. You need to love yourself, and that's where the change starts, is when you start taking those steps of working on yourself. Stop pointing to everybody else. Stop pointing to your circumstances. Stop pointing to your husband. Stop pointing at the things that you don't have. You are enough, and God has given you everything that you need in order to live your best life now. So I wanted to give you some exciting information. I'm actually putting together some speaking engagements right now in my local area and helping women discover their purpose, living their best life now while maintaining and having this healthy, amazing marriage and relationships with their kids. And again, I've been married almost for 21 years this year. We have 4 kids. My oldest is 18, 16, 11, and 8. I'm not perfect, but I do have some expertise and by my own life experiences to help move your life forward. And so I'm putting together some events locally, but I'm also getting ready to put an event together online. And so if this is something you're interested, keep following this page, share this, leave a comment. And no, ladies, listen, we are not meant to just to struggle and get by in our life. No, we are here to experience heaven on earth now. And it all starts when you make the decision that you know what, your life matters and that you are going to push through the pain and the struggles and everything else in order to live that best life for you, for your spouse, and for your children, and for whoever else God's brought you in your life, because all your pain and all your struggles and everything, and even all the good stuff too that you've experienced in your life is for you, and then for you to take it out and inspire and encourage and help others. But we got to get ourselves right first. So if this is something you're interested in, leave a comment, share this, and I can't wait. And just know, if you're struggling in your marriage right now, there is still hope. I cannot tell you. Let me just remind you again, look at this young girl. Look at her. She was lost. She was broken. I am not even that person anymore. Well, the good stuff. God got rid of all the junk stuff, that there was so much good in here. She just was lost and she needed some help finding out who she was. I did not do this journey alone. If it wasn't for God bringing the right people in my life, the right mentors, the right coaches, I wouldn't be who I am today. So I pray and hope that if God's placed it on your heart, that you'll allow me to help you live your best life. Talk to you later.